In this video, we'll be exploring the world of frugal living and learning how you can live a more fulfilling life with less. Let's start living more with less together. Chapter 1. Why frugal living matters. Have you ever stopped to consider the impact of consumerism on our planet? The constant drive to acquire more and more things has led to a culture of waste and excess. We're using up our planet's resources at an alarming rate, and it's not sustainable. But there's a way to break free from this cycle of consumption, and that's through frugal living. Frugal living matters because it's a way to reduce our environmental impact and live more sustainably. By living with less, we're using fewer resources and producing less waste. We're not contributing to the endless cycle of overconsumption that's causing so much damage to our planet. Frugal living is a way to take responsibility for our actions and make a positive impact on the world. But it's not just about the environment. Frugal living can also have a positive impact on our own lives. When we focus on the things that truly matter, like our relationships and personal growth, we can find true fulfillment. We don't need to constantly chase after the latest and greatest things to be happy. We can find happiness in the simple pleasures of life, like spending time with loved ones or pursuing our passions. In a world that's constantly telling us to buy more and consume more, frugal living is a powerful way to push back against the status quo. It's a way to live life on our own terms and to create a better future for our own terms and to create a better future for ourselves and for the planet. So let's embrace frugal living and start making a positive impact on the world. Chapter 2. Tips for living a frugal lifestyle. Living a frugal lifestyle can seem daunting, especially if you're used to a life of excess. But it's important to remember that frugal living is not about depriving yourself. It's about making intentional choices and living a life that aligns with your values. Here are some tips for living a frugal lifestyle. Set goals and make a plan. Before you start on your frugal living journey, take some time to set goals and make a plan. What do you want to achieve by living frugally? Do you want to achieve by living frugally? Do you want to pay off debt, save for a big purchase, or just live a more simple life? Whatever your goals are, make a plan and stick to it. Learn to love secondhand. One of the best ways to save money and reduce waste is to embrace secondhand shopping. Whether it's clothing, furniture, or household items, there are plenty of treasures to be found at thrift stores, consignment shops, and online marketplaces. Cook at home. Eating out can be expensive, so try to cook at home as much as possible. Meal planning and grocery shopping can be a great way to save money and reduce food waste. Reduce your energy consumption. Conserving energy not only helps the environment, but it can also save you money on your utility bills. Try turning off lights and electronics when you're not using them, using energy-efficient light bulbs, and adjusting your thermostat. DIY whenever possible. DIY projects can be a fun and rewarding way to save money and learn new skills. Whether it's making your own cleaning products, repairing clothing, or even building furniture, there are plenty of ways to get creative and save money. Chapter 3. Living more with less. Before we dive into the topic at hand, I have a small request to make. If you're enjoying this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could show your support by subscribing to the channel. This way, you'll be the first to know about future content and updates, and it will also help us reach a wider audience. Thank you for your consideration. Living more with less may sound counterintuitive, but it's a powerful way to find true happiness and fulfillment in life. When we focus on what truly matters, we can discover a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. By living more with less, we're not just reducing our environmental impact and saving money. We're also creating more space for the things that truly matter. We can prioritize our relationships, our passions, and our personal growth rather than constantly chasing after material possessions. Living more with less requires us to let go of the belief that our worth is tied to what we own. We can find joy in the simple things in life, like a walk in nature or a cup of tea with a loved one. We can appreciate the beauty in things that might otherwise go unnoticed. But living more with less is not just about what we have. It's also about what we do. We can find fulfillment in giving back to our communities, volunteering, and helping others. We can use our time and helping others. We can use our time and resources to make a positive impact on the world around us. Living more with less is a powerful way to break free from the cycle of overconsumption and find true happiness and fulfillment. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. By choosing to live more intentionally and focusing on what truly matters, we can create a better future for ourselves and for the planet. Chapter 4. Frugal living and sustainability. Living frugally means being mindful of our consumption and making choices that align with our values. When we choose to reuse, repurpose, and recycle, we're not just saving money, we're also reducing waste and conserving resources. Sustainability is not just about the environment. It's also about social justice and economic equity. By living frugally and supporting sustainable practices, we can create a more just and equitable world for all. But frugal living and sustainability are not just about what we do as individuals. They're also about the systems and structures we support. We can use our voices and our votes to advocate for policies and practices that prioritize sustainability and social justice. 5. Overcoming challenges. One of the biggest challenges of frugal living is the pressure to conform to societal norms. It can be difficult to resist the temptation to keep up with the Joneses and to prioritize material possessions over our values. But by staying true to ourselves and our goals, we can break free from this pressure and live a more meaningful life. Another challenge of frugal living is the fear of missing out. We may worry that by choosing to live frugally, we're sacrificing our social lives or missing out on experiences that bring us joy. But with a little creativity and resourcefulness, we can still have fun and connect with others without breaking the bank. Financial setbacks and unexpected expenses can also be a challenge when living a frugal lifestyle. But by building up an emergency fund and having a solid financial plan in place, we can weather any storm that comes our way. Chapter 6. Frugal, living on a tight budget. Living a frugal lifestyle can be challenging, especially if you're on a tight budget. But don't worry. There are many strategies you can use to make your money go further and live a fulfilling life. First, it's important to prioritize your spending and focus on what truly matters. This might mean cutting back on unnecessary expenses like eating out or buying brand name products. By prioritizing your spending, you can ensure that your money is going towards the things that bring you the most joy and fulfillment. Another strategy for frugal living on a tight budget is to find ways to increase your income. This might mean taking on a side hustle or finding ways to monetize your skills or hobbies. By increasing your income, you can have more financial flexibility and make it easier to achieve your financial goals. When living on a tight budget, it's also important to be resourceful and creative. Look for ways to save money on everyday expenses like groceries and utilities. You might consider shopping at discount stores or thrift shops, or finding ways to save energy and reduce your utility bills. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. There are many resources available for people living on a tight budget, from food banks and government assistance programs to community organizations and support groups. Living a frugal lifestyle on a tight budget can be challenging, but it's not impossible. By being intentional with your spending, finding ways to increase your income, and being resourceful and creative, you can live a fulfilling life on any budget. Chapter 7. Frugal Living and Personal Finance. One key aspect of frugal living and personal finance is creating a budget and sticking to it. By tracking your expenses and income, you can identify areas where you can cut back on spending and find ways to save more money for your financial goals. Another important aspect of frugal living and personal finance is debt management. If you have debt, it's important to prioritize paying it off as quickly as possible. This might mean making extra payments or finding ways to reduce your interest rates. By reducing or eliminating your debt, you can free up more of your income for savings and investing. Frugal living also involves setting financial goals and creating a plan to achieve them. Whether you're saving for a down payment on a house or planning for retirement, having clear goals and a plan to achieve them can help you stay motivated and focused on your financial journey. Investing is another important aspect of frugal living and personal finance. By investing in stocks, bonds, or other assets, you can grow your wealth over time and achieve your financial goals more quickly. Of course, investing comes with risks, so it's important to do your research and seek the advice of a financial professional before making any investment decisions. Ultimately, frugal living and personal finance go hand in hand. By adopting a frugal lifestyle and taking control of your finances, you can achieve financial freedom and live a more fulfilling life. In conclusion, frugal living is not just a lifestyle, but a mindset. It's about being intentional with your spending, making the most out of what you have, and finding joy in the simple things in life. By adopting a frugal lifestyle, you can save money, reduce your environmental impact, and improve your overall well-being. It's not about depriving yourself of the things you love, but rather finding creative and sustainable ways to enjoy them.